afternoon, East Tipp Middle School. Welcome to another episode of East Tipp News, Friday edition. I'm Lindsey Hughes.
And I'm Kathleen, Loftus.
In today's show, we'll examine last week's Veteran Day ceremony. We'll look at the speech team's county tournament. We'll meet our new school librarian. We'll have a special announcement from Mr. Bus. We'll take our cameras out to lunch. And we'll finish out with another installment of Fun Fact Friday.
In our first segment today, we'll take a closer look at last Friday's Veterans Day ceremony. It was a day of remembrance and respect, and East Tipp did an amazing job paying tribute to our soldiers. A lot of work went into preparing that event, and our reporters were there to record it. School events reporter Lexi Gebhardt has the story for us this afternoon.
Hi, I'm Lexi Gebhardt.
And I'm Sophie Boyer.
Here with Mr. Bus talking to him.
Oh, I get to say I'm Mr. Bus. Because then maybe I can do that, like Mr. Hobo. Sorry.
Last Friday, East Tipp Middle School students took time out of their busy schedules to pay tribute to our veterans. The convocation began with Kelsey Grabowith leading the school in the pledge. Miss Vallis led her band in playing our national anthem. A few East Tipp students took part in the show as well, giving the history of Veterans Day. Miss Booby conducted her choir through a performance of In Flanders Fields, and the band played the military hymns of all the branches of our armed forces. The highlight of the afternoon included a presentation of the Quilt of Valor. 7th grader Sarah Welsh presented the quilt with Student Council Advisor Miss Marr to the Vetter family, whose father is aboard serving our country over in Kuwait. Mr. Vetter sent a video over the internet to all of us here at East Tipp. The day concluded with a moving performance of taps played on trumpet by Jill Reffett. The ceremony concluded with a moment of silence, and a convocation was brought to an end with a few words from Mr. Bus. I had a chance to discuss Veterans Day with some of the East Tipp faculty, families, and let's see what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Lexi Gebhardt.
And I'm Sophie Boyer.
And we're here with Mr. Bus talking to him about our Veterans Day program. So, Mr. Bus, what was your favorite part about the Veterans Day program?
Had to be the quilt, and having one of our students and one of our former students get to see their dad that's no longer here, and he's over in Kuwait, so I thought that was pretty cool.
And what do you think is the most important part about the program?
I think it's important to honor our veterans every year and give them an opportunity to see that school-age kids still recognize and care about them and take the time out of their day to recognize the service that they've given the country.
Hi, I'm Lexi Gebhardt.
And this is Sophie Boyer.
Here with Miss Vallis. So, Miss Vallis, what pieces did your band perform for the Veterans Day program?
We performed the Star Spangled Banner, which is very traditional at a Veterans Day program, and we also performed marches of the armed forces, and then we had 2 of our students perform taps.
And what was your favorite piece that you performed?
I really love marches of the armed forces because it gives all of our guest veterans a chance to stand and be recognized for the sacrifice and service to their country, and I think it's important that we recognize that.
Hi, I'm Lexi Gebhardt.
And I'm Sophie Boyer.
Here with veteran Ron Ayresman. So, how long have you served in the military?
I served for 3 years from 1971 to 1974.
And what would you say to kids looking to join the military?
Well, it's a good thing for your country, and you can learn a trade, and but it's just good for the country.
And what did you think of the quilt that?
Oh, it's beautiful. We're very honored.
Very talented.
Yes,
Like,
very honored to receive it and thoughtful. And he will be very tickled to have this to have for a long time.
To snuggle up with.
Yes, definitely.
We'll always remember it when it's from, so.
Very much.
How long has your dad and husband been serving in the military?
He's been in the military 26 years, so he has been on 3 rotations, and it seems like it's been like every 7 years we've had this rotation, but this should be his last one, so we're hopeful that he'll be able to retire then, and but until then, we'll charge forward as we usually do.
From your East Tipp News team, this has been Lexi Gebhardt signing off.
Next up, it's time to meet a new teacher. Every school needs a library, and every library needs a librarian. East Tipp is a new face behind the checkout counter of the library, and it's time to meet her. School event reporter Erin Smith had a chance to sit down with Mrs. Hinman and discuss what brings her here. Let's take a look at that review.
Hi, this is Erin Smith with Mrs. Hinman. How long have you been teaching?
Well, let's see, before I started at East Tipp, I was over at Wea Ridge Elementary for about a year and a half. And that's really all the time that I've spent in the libraries. Before that, I was an engineer, actually.
What college did you graduate from?
Purdue.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
I didn't know. I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I kind of started in engineering when I first got to college, and I worked as an engineer for a couple years and decided that, I don't know, I wanted to do something involving books and hanging out with kids and talking about things that I'm passionate about, like education and reading.
What was your favorite subject when you were in school?
Oh, probably art, I'm gonna say, just because I liked having like a hands-on time of the day.
What's your favorite part of being a librarian?
My favorite part, I think, is finding like the perfect book for somebody who didn't even know that that's the book that they always wanted to read. I always love it when somebody comes back and has just good things to say about the book that I recommended for them, and then they want the next book, and then the next book, and then they're done with that series, so then we have to find them another series. So I guess putting the right book in the hands of the right reader is my favorite part.
Thank you. This has been Erin Smith with Mrs. Hinman.
The end of the school year seems very far away, but it's never too early to start thinking about the good times ahead. The East Tipp tradition of making a trip to Kings Island has always been popular with students. Today, we have an announcement from Mr. Buss regarding that trip. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, it's that time of year when we want to talk about the Kings Island incentive trip again. This is a reminder that students need to meet certain criteria and able to go. It is an incentive trip and it is a year-long incentive trip, so there's several things that I want you to be aware of. First off, the incentive trip is in your planner. And so if you ever have any questions about what the rules are, it is in here. And I want to read it to you so everybody knows exactly what the requirements are. First, to reward students who have chosen the right things in school, there will be an end-of-the-year trip to an amusement park such as Kings Island. Students who have no failing grades on the first 3 report cards, that's no failing grades on the report card, have 10 or fewer parent-excused absence, this doesn't include doctor's absences or field trips, and have not accumulated a major worth of violations in our minor-major system are eligible to attend. In the spring, what we'll do is we'll list all the students that are eligible to go, and then you come down and you'll get a permission slip, and we'll go from there. It is important to understand that discipline is an issue, grades are an issue, and attendance are all issues that you need to make sure that you meet those requirements, or you will not be allowed to go on the Kings Island trip. If you have any questions, see me at lunch or in the hallway. Thanks.
Speaking in front of others can be frightening for some students, but the kids in our next segment don't give it a second thought. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at East Tipp's speech team. The speech team was wrapped up in their season last weekend at the county tournament, and school events reporter Zan Stanton was there to get the story.
I'm Zan Stanton. And I'm Erin Smith. And this is the millionth time we've done this interview. Your East Tipp speech team competed in the county tournament last Saturday at Wea Ridge Middle School. The team performed well in the tournament, and they almost won it all. Unfortunately, the speech team came in second place when all the results were tallied. Some East Tipp students did manage to take home the gold. Meredith Roberts won 2 firsts in poetry and OI. Maya Painter won first place in humor, and she and Anna Riley won first for their duo. Kelsey Galbraith won first in radio, and Madison Small won first place in OI as well. Earlier this season, I had a chance to talk with Mrs. Smart and some of our speech team members. Let's take a look at that video.
And I'm Aaron Smith. And over here we have the awesome Grayson Purdue from the speech team. Okay, so Grayson, what kind of things can you do in speech?
Well, you can do OO, OI, drama, poetry, demo, duo, humor, extempt, and radio.
So, how do you think that East Tipp is doing so far?
We're doing pretty good. I think we could definitely be better, and I hope we are better for county.
I'm Son Sonson. And I'm Aaron Smith. And right here we have our lovely speech coach, Mrs. Mott.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so Mrs. Mott, how do you think East Tipp is doing?
Oh, our team is lovely. We do have a bit of competition this year with Klondike, but we're beating the other 4 middle schools without a problem.
You're hearing it from the best.
How do you think we shall do in the county competition?
Oh, the county. Well, we do have our work cut out for us. We're hoping to specialize in some certain areas and then maybe bring in some extra people to help us win county again this year.
For your East Tipp News team, this has been Zan Sanson signing off.
What student doesn't enjoy lunch? It's a great time to sit down with your friends and talk about whatever comes to mind. Our news crews took our cameras to the lunchroom to get the answers to some entertaining questions. Next up, it's Let's Do Lunch.
If you could go anywhere on Earth, where would you go?
I'll go to...
Cody Garland here, back with another edition of Let's Do Lunch. Lunchtime is the one time students can gather and discuss what's on their minds. The news team and I took cameras back to the lunchroom to ask questions of our student body. We decided to keep the questions a little more basic at lunch this week. We asked, what are a few of your favorite things? Where would you like to live? If you were paid $60 an hour to bang your head against a wall, would you do it? You know, the basic questions. Let's go film and see what's on your minds. Garland here with
Susan Long.
Okay, what is your favorite food? Come on, you got it.
There's a lot of foods that I like. No.
Just spit it out.
Pizza, there you go.
That's disgusting. Garland here with all these two girls. And what country would you three like to live in?
Italy. America.
Italy. Those places are awful. Why do they name these awful places? The people here are ridiculous. Hey, don't smile at me.
Sorry.
Garland here with
Greg Dernerd.
And what is your favorite kind of car? Answer! Okay, this is Cody Garland here with Cody Garland. Okay, Cody, what is your favorite food? Pizza. That's disgusting. How could you say that to me? Just shut up and answer the right one. Take this.
You're dumb.
What is one goal that you had to try here?
To get all A's. Travel around the world. Okay?
In 1 year?
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm with Riley. Yes, I'm holding her. She don't want to be interviewed, but I'm still going to ask you the question. Why don't you want to be interviewed?
Because I didn't get asked a real question.
Hi, I'm here with
Jillian Room.
Okay, so if you were a dog, what would be the first thing you did?
Go to sleep and, I don't know, scratch myself.
Don't you already do that?
What do you like?
Hi, I'm Cameron Robinson with the News Club, and I'm here with Bryce. So, Bryce, if you could change your name, what would you change it to?
That's a difficult question. I would change it to Carmichael Bryce. Just switch it up. Switch it up.
What's your favorite thing to eat at the movie theater?
Oh, yeah, slushies. I'm Cameron Robinson here with Johnny. So Johnny, if you could add any extras to lunch, what would you add?
Chocolate fountain!
If you could create an animal, what sound would it make?
Oh my gosh. Not that.
For the East Tip News Team, this has been Cody Gartland signing off.
In our final feature today, we'll wrap it with an old tradition. Humor reporters Lindsey Hughes, Emma McCormick, Riley Metrolucius, and Molly Page are back, and the Fun Fact Friday team has some interesting facts for you today. Let's see what they have for us today.
This is Fun Fact Friday. Fun Fact Fridays. Yes. With Lindsey Hughes and Molly Page, and Riley Metrolucius, and Emma McCormick.
Voila!
Okay. Sit. Story time. Hurry it up, hurry it up. Okay, so now we have some fun facts for the little children. Okay. The first person arrested for speeding was going 12 miles per hour. Yes, that was very funny. You see that? Yes, 12 miles per hour. I don't know how that happened. Oh, it was an 1899, that's why. Okay. Rollers test can grow to be the size of a boogie board. Like, Chagaga Boogie by Michael Batatapa, Banging Gamang Ugg is the world's longest lake name. A lemon can power a light bulb. Did you guys know that?
No.
Shut up! Yes! Gonna make a test with that. A blue whale's largest body vein is so big you can swim through it. How would you like that? Swim through blood.
Wait, like that.
Well, maybe. Okay.
You're crazy.
Okay, let's see. Smelling bananas or green apples can help you lose weight. You should try it sometimes. You're getting a little chubby.
You should try it
Zach
too.
doesn't smell so apple. What did that you say? Honey fat?
I said you should try it.
I'll kill you.
That kid over there should try it.
Let's see. 40% of women have thrown footwear at men. Yes.
Well, I'm about
and
to
a many time to my 10 husbands.
Hey, guess what? I'm
Before
about
this.
to throw footwear at another woman.
How dare you! Oprah Winfrey makes $10 per second.
Cool, I didn't care.
Yeah, she's richer than you ever be. Stupid. Shush. No crying in the classroom. Over. I know.
That's all for today, folks. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode of East Tip News Friday edition. This has been Kathleen Loftus
and Lindsey Hughes.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.